after tax of 7.3 billion, which was 35 times last time around about. In terms of our basic EPS, again around 7.99 rupees versus 0.24 last year, and the diluted EPS is 6 rupees. As I mentioned in the beginning, this quarter we also announced the commercial operations of our new VCM DBN facility. First quarter maybe PVC3 expansion key commissioning, and that have obviously PVC3s played a huge role in the profitabilities, and VCM DBN will also continue to contribute to this profitability. Increasing profit largely due to, I think, broad sales, higher volumetric sales would have given around 20 billion of this. Then efficient plant operations and higher international PVC prices. Other things which have played their roles and are not mentioned here are we've also done exports of around 8 KT, and Finch, because of higher cash generation and lower interest rates, they've played their part in the profit we are seeing. We can move on. Outlook. So for the next of the years, we expect PVC prices to remain range bound. Bear in mind, these are historically high prices, but we do expect increased demand from India, China, as well as high exports from the US. The major plants from operations post the post-war and turnarounds that they've taken in the first quarter. But again, while range bound, COVID will have a huge impact on how prices actually turn around in terms of supply and demand of PVC. Ethylene prices are expected to decline, capacities are expected, and there is high crude prices which will offset the price decline. In terms of caustic market, largely dependent on textile orders and Europe's COVID, US and Europe. You must have also seen the notice today that we have decided to shelve the LAPSA project. We had put that on hold in 2020 because of COVID, and we've now decided to shelve the project. For the other projects in our strategy, which were earlier announced, the efficiency projects and the hydrogen peroxide projects, we continue to work on them as per schedule. And this is despite the uncertain pandemic circumstances with COVID protocols in place. Our plant is working hard to, achieve projects as committed. Our plant is currently in a turnaround, but we do have sufficient inventory to cater to demand, so we don't anticipate any issues at that. And finally, most importantly, we are committed to ensuring safe operations amid the fourth COVID wave. And a key focus in the coming quarters will be to maintain our market share and to defend our market share. If we can move on, Sajid, I believe that's the last. So we'll open the floor for questions. When we do that, can I request that we go one at a time, and Sajid Hafiz will be moderating this. Sajid.
Yeah, sure. I'll ask everyone to please click on the hand raise button so that I can then you can ask your questions. So we can start the.
I think there are two people who's already there. Arvind.
Yeah. Hello. Ji. This is Arvind, Fortune Securities. I have two questions. One question regarding your dividend. आज हमने देखा कि you have paid 7 rupees dividend, which I believe the removal or the fulfillment of the covenants that were on EPL because of the IFC debt. Since the projects are now complete, so EPCL have even, I think, 21 billion rupees in sort of investments and cash at its balance sheet as of last quarterly. 5 billion rupees in dividend with the result today. So can we expect that there would be another similar type of dividend because EPCL still have a lot of cash that it could pay at its balance sheet. Number two question would be looking at PVC prices that are at twice as much as the ethylene is currently trading at. So that will mean that your weighted average core delta should be Q on Q should witness a decline. Is that safe to assume?
So I'll start with the question on the dividend first. And so dividend, yes, we've paid out 100 earnings, as you can tell, because we paid around 800 quarter, and the remaining you're absolutely we have project physical completion covenants, and I please go ahead on the covenants about our earnings in dividend as the board feels decides to do so. 7 billion we've given out. You're absolutely right. We have around 5 billion odd in TDRs remaining short-term investments. इसको अरविंद जिस तरह हम देख रहे हैं, we'll be looking at the strategy of the company going forward also. On that basis, we will decide कि हम किस तरह dividends देते हैं. But for now, we have paid earnings in dividend. Your second question was that I think इसके ऊपर सवाल था. So we expect prices will remain firm at current levels because crude अगर आप देखें तो is firm right now, and PVC price has no link to ethylene. So PVC price को अगर आप देखें तो we remain range bound as I mentioned earlier. Next.
Assalamu alaikum, Rabia. Asad here from KSB Securities. My question would be, what loss of translation of the historic high probability deltas? So why did we see that sequence? Is there a specific reason we saw see? And secondly, what was the production from the new plant?
I'm sorry, can you first part, Asad? I think you've muted him, Sajid.
He was unmuted.
Okay, so I think your question was about the gross margin. So gross margin quarter-on-quarter would be due to a change in the reduction in PVC prices. Like I said, there has been a reduction in PVC prices post April 2021. So that's where you've seen that reduction in the gross margin, because PVC prices गिरी हैं, थोड़ा core delta गिरा है. So even though हमारा sales have not been impacted. Next.
Assalamu alaikum. So my question is, for this particular quarter, do you have any idea, was there a EGOL exchange gain or loss impact?
What exchange loss?
Exchange gain or loss on the currency due to the dollar?
We did have an exchange gain, and if I can pull out finance cost, summary should have it. That was
specifically about exchange gain or loss. It does not have it.
So it has it, and it's around 75 million in the first half.
Okay, but I went more specifically for second quarter. Was it a loss rather than a gain?
I think your questions, because they're more related, why don't you Sajid on the side and he'll answer you.
Oh, sure, thank you. Thank you.
Zubair.
Yes,
Yeah. Actually, Rabia, I would like to ask what if you gave out the details on what actually the production was from, and the new plant 2, which is 100K. Secondly,
Let me write the
if you can answer them by one, so otherwise the host tends to
give them to me.
Yeah, product from plant 1 and plant 2 plant that you guys have come out. Secondly, we have seen that there is a tremendous and globally as well. So historically, Pakistan from the US and European markets, currently in the range of north of 50. So do you expect any competition from import PVC as we've been witnessing in the past? Because at these prices, the domestic prices are far lower and the competition will not be there. What's your take on that? And thirdly, do you expect volumes to improve in the second quarter, as you mentioned, due to lockdowns and due to Eid holidays, volumes were low.
So for the first question, in terms of production from plant 1 and plant 3, I can't disclose specific plant production, but I can tell you that we are all 3 plants at optimal levels. So that's question 1. The second question you had was that at the high...
One thing is which is related to this, my apologies, is that currently there is a turnaround in the plant. When has the turnaround started? How long it is expected to last?
So turnaround started at the beginning of this month, and it is to, I think, 15th to 17th of this month. It'll end around Ashura.
And this is for all 3 plants?
जी, it's sequential. तो BCM को offline लेके जाएंगे, फिर you start bringing एक करके PVC करेंगे. As needed. तो पूरा का पूरा complex साथ offline नहीं होता.
Okay. लेकिन ये 17 दिन में सब हो जाएंगे एक साथ?
26 जुलाई से 15 अगस्त है, तो 17 दिन से थोड़े ज्यादा ही हैं.
ठीक, thank you.
So maybe we'll have some overruns and because of COVID वगैरह, but broadly back on line. Your second question related to the PVC prices and the fact that you're asking if we will have any competition from the imports. So Zubair, as I mentioned during my presentation also, we've not had much imports in this first half, and that's largely because as an organization, we've deliberately kept a strategy where we are market prices such that, you know, we're competitive, and it doesn't make it's not you know, we're not our customers need to import, and going forward also until prices keep rising, then yes, maybe, but largely we are selling prices such that it's placing orders with us other than importing. Obviously, the option does remain with the customers. It's a free market. It's very open. So, but my impression is that we continue to maintain our pricing strategy that. Thirdly, you had asked competition from third quarter.
I asked whether the volumes which were down would improve in the third quarter.
So what we have seen in July, Zubair, is that post-May, we have seen that volumes have started firming up again. And volumes remain firm in the third quarter. Economy is booming and, you know, but it's holding firm despite the COVID lockdowns, etc.
So you have enough inventory despite the turnaround of the plant. The entire local demand to import, not need feel the need to import. Okay.
बिल्कुल, लाख टन हम PVC का प्लांट भी लगा लिया है. PVC का debottlenecking भी हो गई है VCM की. So yes, we do expect our investment to bear fruit.
क्या इन्वेंट्री कैरी कर रहे होंगे जून एंड पे, इसका आइडिया दे सकते?
तकरीबन हमारे पास है. मैं सोच रही हूँ, you know, around 30 days of inventory.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Rabia.
Yeah. So sorry, I'm doing a follow-up. I have a question that I asked that EDC prices have gone through the roof during the last one quarter. And as you know that EPCL's reliance is quite heavy. So what because of so much reliance on EDC, the core delta for the next quarter should be down. The prices have come off sequentially as well. Number one question would be this, and second question would be that what do you think is the market size of PVC right now? How much is the demand? If I back engineer your numbers that you mentioned in your presentation, the demand is close to 205k tons, which was last year around 550,000 tons. So should we assume that the size of the industry shrink down for PVC?
So first I'll answer about the core debt. We expect, like I said, that PVC prices will remain in the 1,000 range dollars per ton, and even with high EDC volume prices, the core delta is such that PVC prices are still holding firm above that. So we expect to continue to make our good margins on that. On the other question about PVC, I think the other question, Arvind, फिर से बोलेंगे?
Basically, if I like reverse engineer your numbers,
about the market size.
Yeah.
तो मार्केट साइज पिछली दफा जो है, इस दफा आप बिल्कुल सही कह रहे हैं, 2 लाख 2.25 लाख टन का मार्केट साइज हम एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे हैं होगा.
Okay, and next year you feel कि ये 2.5 लाख वापस से चला जाएगा?
जी.
Okay. Just one follow-up question on the जो आपका short term investments है. You said that आपके पास TDR है 5 अरब के, but if I'm correct, please if I'm wrong, तो मुझे ये बताइएगा कि ये 5 अरब के तो TDRs वो हैं जो आप लोगों ने currency hedge करने के लिए you have taken loan from the local body, and IFC से फिर जो loan आया था वो उसको hedge करने के लिए you have kept the TDRs. Apart from these TDRs, short-term investments में अच्छे like you have like 20 billion rupees, जिसमें से 7.5 billion जो हैं वो pay out हो चुके हैं. So there's still 14 billion rupees पीछे. So is EPCL like planning to pay it out, or it has strategy because of the cyclicality of the business that it will hold on to the cash on its balance sheet?
So if you're asking me about future dividend payouts, I can answer that, Arvind, as you're aware. What I can tell you is that for now, we have paid out all our earnings for this year in dividends. We will actually so 2017 में we launched a strategy. We had a 5-year vision. हमने उसे देखा, हमारे कंपनी को ले जाना चाहते हैं. And अब PVC3 की हमने एक COD कर लिया है, VCM. हमारे efficiency के projects are coming through, and you're seeing the fruits of those projects and those investments. Once, as we are done with this, and we're, our investors, our shareholders are also seeing the fruits of those investments, we will obviously recalibrate and revisit our strategy and see what does the future hold for Agropolis. Where do we see value add for our shareholders and for the organization? So I can't, obviously, you know very well that I can't give you a dividend ka target, right?
Yeah. Okay.
So we'll see where it goes. You're absolutely right. There is cash on the balance sheet, and now it's a question of seeing where is it best deployed. Because it's growing. The chemical sector is growing in Pakistan also. Thank you. Next up, I think there were certain questions in the chat window also. Can I request someone in my team to answer the chat window questions? Zara, maybe you can take them on. Ji, who's next?
Sure, we will look at those. Ji Fawad, please go ahead.
जी, excuse me, मेरे 2 क्वेश्चन है. एक तो आपका अदर एक्सपेंसेस इस क्वार्टर में बहुत हाई आए हैं, तो के अदर एक्सपेंसेस हाई होने के। और दूसरा मेरा क्वेश्चन है रिगार्डिंग आपके हाइड्रोजन पेरोक्साइड का प्लान मुतालिक, उसका क्या कैपेक्स क्या है, कैपेसिटी क्या, और कब वो ऑनलाइन आएगा? बस ये क्वेश्चन से।
अच्छा, इसकी अगर मैं बात करूं तो कुछ तो इसलिए the major reason is कि last year a lot of our because of COVID a lot of expenses shifted to the second half of the year. कुछ हमारी टर्न अराउंड की भी कॉस्टिंग आगे पीछे टाइमिंग डिफरेंस की वजह से एंड ऑफ दिस क्वार्टर में हमने देखी थी when we were doing our purchases वगैरह for the turnaround. Licensing charges etc. भी आए हैं. Traveling this quarter is higher compared to last year first half जब बिल्कुल बैठ गई थी. On your second question about एक दफा याद दिला देंगे फवाद, आपका दूसरा सवाल किस पे था?
हाइड्रोजन पेरोक्साइड
जी, project is we're expecting it in late 2022.
इसका कैपेक्स क्या है?
इसका कैपेक्स एक सेकंड होल्ड कीजिएगा, बता सकते? चले जी, 30-35. समटाइम्स आई वंडर कि कितने ब्रेक्स आपको दिए.
कैपेसिटी कितनी है इसकी?
कैपेसिटी 28 केटी.
चलिए, थैंक यू वेरी मच.
Who's next?
Alia Naeem, you are next. Can you please go ahead with your question?
I think Sajid, you can remove your presentation.
Sure.
Ji, Assalamualaikum. Sorry about earlier. I have a question. Since we're seeing the market domestically shrinking this year and slightly growing next year, can we see further reliance on exports? Can we see, is there an export target? It makes sense in the current price environment to export, but can it be a sustainable fruit for EPCL going forward?
So while we continue to export when it makes sense and to manage inventories, our primary focus is on serving the domestic market. And we do that this market will bounce back and expand and grow. You're aware that we have one of the lowest per capita consumption of plastics, and we do expect it to grow over the next decade or so. जैसे जैसे ये housing में government spending increase होगी, construction में इंशाल्लाह boom आएगा. Cement and PVC अगर आप 5 year 10 year का देखेंगे ना, there's a strong correlation between the growth in the cement and the PVC sector, 99%. It's only in the last 2-3 years that this correlation has weakened because of the CPEC projects. Lekin we do expect this market to pick up steam, especially with government's focus on housing and construction.
Okay, so one follow-up on that, what would be the magic number for that you'll be happy with in terms of the market size in the current situation, considering your plants will go underutilized in the next 2 years probably?
अच्छा, देखिए, magic numbers and always vary of magic numbers, whether they're for market sizing or for dividends.
Just a ballpark.
But ballpark, if you look at it, तो 2.25 lakh, 2.5 lakh का next couple of years में भी अगर होता है, and then it gradually grows up in the next 2-3 years to 3 lakh की market. You have 3 lakh ton of PVC, 2.5 lakh ton of VCM for now. We can, for the remaining 50,000 tons of PVC, it might even make sense for us to import VCM and PVC and export it.
All right,
so we, like I've said earlier, we manage our PVC plants optimally, production yahan tak ka taluk hai, and that's what we've been doing this year also.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Ji, Asim Dalal.
My question is related to the PVC.
आसिल, आपकी आवाज नहीं आ रही मुझे.
ये आ रही है आपको आवाज? जी जी मेरा क्वेश्चन ये था कि the international prices passed on entirely to the customers current prices and the prices in the quarter.
Absolutely not. देखिए we track the South Asia की prices, South Asia. लेकिन if we were absolute terms में passing it on all the time, you would see a lot more evidence in this market. So we are managing, like I had said earlier, customer expectations and customers. We have tier schemes for our customers. So increasing our prices. Obviously, price increases are. ऐसा नहीं है कि वो $10 से बढ़ी तो फौरन हमने ठग करके $10 बढ़ा दी. So wherever it's possible, we do more sustainable, stable.
Thank you.
And this quarter, we've actually this year ASL also put in a more customer focus in our pricing strategy. So price protections, customer discounts, we want to manage it because, like I said earlier, you want to manage के imports जो आ रही हैं उनको आप you want to make your customers comfortable that we're there to support them so they don't have to import and take calls.
Thank you.
Then actually I have a question about the coffee soda market. जैसे हम देख रहे हैं कि आपके जो मेजर कॉम्पिटिटर है वो सारे कॉफी सोडा अराउंड $13 पर MMBTU है, राइट? और गैस मिल रही है 700 कुछ मिल रही है MMBTU. तो there are vast difference between your gas, the gas you are receiving and gas जो प्राइसिंग डिफरेंस नॉर्मली क्रिएट हो गई है. तो
नबील आपकी आवाज सही नहीं आ रही.
Can you hear me now? It's okay now? Hello?
जी आप बोले.
Yes, I want to know कि जैसे कि अभी आपकी RNG प्राइस है वो अच्छी खासी इंक्रीज हो चुकी है. $13 कुछ ओवरऑल प्राइस दी है. तो आपके जो मेजर कॉम्पिटिटर है इन कॉफी सोडा मार्केट वो सारे RNG बेस्ड हैं. But you are receiving the gas at local 700 कुछ आपको गैस जो रिसीव हो रही है. तो इसमें जो प्राइसिंग नॉर्मली क्लियर हो चुकी है, तो कैन यू एक्सपेक्ट कि आपके मार्जिन इंक्रीज हो सकते हैं? आई वांट टू नो दैट कि इंपोर्टेड जो कॉफी सोडा है और लोकल अगर तो पंजाब बेस्ड इंडस्ट्री कॉफी सोडा की प्राइस बढ़ाते हैं तो क्या आपका मार्जिन हम आगे जाके इंक्रीज होगा देख सकते हैं या ड्यू टू द इंपोर्ट कॉस्ट के प्राइस बढ़ाना पॉसिबल ही नहीं है? फर्स्ट ऑन द मार्जिन साइड एंड सेकंड अब आपने कहा कि ड्यू टू द टेक्सटाइल इंडस्ट्री आपकी कॉस्ट की डिमांड कम हो चुकी है in first half CY21, but actually we are witnessing that textile exports जो है वो अच्छी खासी इंक्रीज हो चुकी है in first half. तो ये अनोमली की रेट हो रही है, मतलब टेक्सटाइल की जो we were expecting कि कॉस्ट से डिमांड इंक्रीज होगी. तो इस पर आप एक्सप्लेन कर सके तो मुझे.
So you're right. Our competitors are on indigenous price. So लेकिन imported caustic soda की जो local prices की in line ही है pretty much. There's no arbitrage opportunities there. So we follow pricing which is set, and margins are better because of our price is competitive with international markets. And of course, we're 33% of the market, caustic soda. So we don't set the pricing.
Actually, I want to understand कि पंजाब जिस इंडस्ट्री है वो प्राइस इंक्रीज कर सकती है अपनी, क्योंकि इनकी कॉस्ट जो कॉस्टिक सोडा की मेजर कॉस्ट होती है वो गैस ही होती है. तो वो अपने मार्जिन मेंटेन करने के लिए प्राइस इंक्रीज कर सकते हैं या लिमिट ड्यू टू इंपोर्टेड प्राइस?
Nabil, as I said, there's only one way to find out. They can, of course. I mean, why would you run anything at a loss? You?
Actually, I just want to know कि अगर प्राइस ज़्यादा बढ़ा देते हैं हम तो इम्पोर्ट के रिस्क क्रिएट हो जाएगा। अभी तक तो कोई इम्पोर्ट नहीं हो रही है, लेकिन पैदा बढ़ जाएगी, इम्पोर्ट का रिस्क क्रिएट हो सकता है। तो
नहीं, so recently अगर आपको पता हो, if you're following this market, तो 3,000 रुपए से प्राइस रिसेंटली बढ़ाई है उन्होंने, and of course there is space. देखिए प्राइसिंग डिसीजंस जो हैं वो इसी पे लिए जाते हैं कि obviously if the prices, importers expect कि prices will fall in the future, so they will not come into this market, right? So they'd much rather pay the local price. Devaluation अलग है, एक उसकी volatility आती है। तो 3,000 रुपए की 1-1.5 महीने पहले प्राइस इंक्रीज हुई है स्टिक में और वो सस्टेन की है। एंड अगर पंजाब बेस्ड जो RLNG के प्रोड्यूसर्स हैं उनको वारे नहीं खाएगा, वो करेंगे इंक्रीज।
Okay, right. And what about the demand across the country? जिसका कैसे जैसे कि अगर इसमें की अमाउंट की बिल्डिंग हो गई है, लेटेस्ट टेक्सटाइल एक्सपोर्ट्स,
आपको फिर रिपीट करना होगा। व्हाट अबाउट द डिमांड है?
व्हाट अबाउट डिमांड ऑफ कॉफी सोडा? हम देख रहे हैं फर्स्ट हाफ की टेक्सटाइल एक्सपोर्ट्स डिक्लाइन हो चुकी है पाकिस्तान। तो वी वर एक्सपेक्टिंग कि कॉफी सोडा की मांग इंक्रीज होगी, बट यहाँ थोड़ा रिवर्स हो चुका है। तो इससे थोड़ा एक
again this part actually depends on how the textile exporters do. So if COVID cases are rising in the US and in Europe, as you're aware, so if textile exporters उनकी orders में कमी बेशी आती है तो obviously caustic पे इससे impact आएगा। लेकिन going in position तो ये है कि ये भी stable रहेगा, because what we are seeing is कि by and large the world is recovering somewhat from COVID. मतलब industry is sustaining itself and maintaining broadly. So short term में कुछ bearish view हो सकता है, लेकिन in the medium term, long term, I think industry will sustain.
Can you tell me कि particularly किस segment में आपका caustic soda मेरा यूज होता है? स्पिनिंग सेगमेंट में ज्यादा यूज होता है, होम टेक्सटाइल में कोई सेगमेंट हमें करना जो वी कैन ट्राई टू बेंचमार्क इन द डेनिम सेगमेंट। ओके, में जो रेडीमेड गारमेंट्स है उसको करना चाहिए एज अ बेंचमार्क
जी।
इस रेडीमेड गारमेंट पे बेंचमार्क करना चाहिए
जी।
थैंक यू।
I have a question regarding the preference shares. EPCL issued, I think, 3 billion rupees worth of preference shares. So to avail the tax benefits, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. So what are EPCL's plans? And also, according to the preference share structure, the call options is set to expire 12 months from issue. So what do you think on this? Like, what is the status of the tax benefit that EPCL claims that it will be able to avail, and whether EPCL will exercise the call option within 12 months of issue or not?
नहीं, area, so we will retain our pref shares for now. Standing today, I'm telling you, I don't have a crystal ball, but we will retain it for the next 5 years because the tax benefit is higher.
All right.
So intend to exercise the call option right now.
All right. Also, strategically speaking, you guys gave a notice that you have shelved the linear alkyl benzene project. So can you just highlight some of the reasons?
So aware area. So last year we had put this project on hold because we had to see our site. Site पे के project साथ हो रहे हैं, manpower and everything, say to ensure protocols were being met. उस वक्त किया था, लेकिन during the time that we had shelved it, there's been a lot of supply in the market, which market demand supply has changed in the last year. So Tufail has come in, Etihad has come in, Sitara has announced plans. So this market is actually, in our opinion, heading towards a bit of an oversupply, and it doesn't make it may not us anymore. In fact, it doesn't. We've decided to shelve.
And what does the market of hydrogen peroxide look like? What is the market dynamics for hydrogen peroxide look like?
Hydrogen peroxide, I would say 70-80 KT की market हम अभी भी देख रहे हैं. So hydrogen peroxide, we're committed to this project. In fact, inshallah, end of next year, we expect to bring it online.
Also, regarding your efficiency project, with the HTDC technology, you guys, the management says that it will be able to reduce PVC production cost by 10%. But if we add the gas price hikes in last 2-3 years, there have been roughly 20 to 30% annually. So beyond this HTDC projects, is there any scope for more efficiency projects in the PVC manufacturing process? If there is, can you please highlight them or can you give a guideline?
So yes, we have a couple of projects already that we are evaluating, and these are some of the things that are in our pipeline that we are strongly looking at now. That with gas price increases and the changes in the industry dynamics, so to speak, the marketplace, we are strongly reviewing all of these to decide our way forward.
All right. So, and this last one, will the HTDC technology be available in fourth quarter for QCY21 onwards?
No, this is coming late 22 also, peroxide के आसपास.
Okay. ठीक है. Thank you.
जी.
ये रवि बताएंगे आपका ये कोर डेल्टा जो आपने क्वार्टर रिपोर्ट किया उसमें क्या एवरेज और अब करंट क्या कोर डेल्टा है?
कोर डेल्टा अराउंड $900 पर टन चल रहा है आजकल, एंड फर्स्ट हाफ का जो हमारा था इट्स अराउंड 1030 $1030 per ton. And right now, last quarter का 900 and 950 तक था average पे. So it came down, if you will recall. First quarter was a little higher, then it came down to 940, and अभी on average it's be around $800-900 per ton.
Thank you very much.
Yes, Rabia. इसके एक्सपोर्ट वॉल्यूम्स अभी जो मार्केट की प्राइसेस हैं अभी तो टर्न अराउंड है, बट अगर इन बैलेंस 6 months है, if you think you can operate both plants at optimal level and export take benefit of the prevailing high prices in the export market. And secondly, Engro recently announced the feasibility study for polypropylene plant. Now, you guys already operate a PVC plant, which is already a polymer area, and it is they are also another grade of polymers. So, what would be the contribution of EPCL to that project? Would EPCL lead that in terms of technical? EPCL would venture that. Can you shed some light on that?
So for your first question on exports, we constantly review the situation. We expect, yes, absolutely, to run all 3 of our plants at optimal levels. And we do think for the next half year that inshallah, we will sell locally and in the export market. Export में probably इतना करने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी. Going in assumption हमारी ये है that the domestic hold firm. In terms of the PDH project, this is led by Eurocorp, and there's no cannibalization. So the technology is different for polypropylene, and there might be some resource movement तो हो सकती है, लेकिन they will on their own. They're exploring their own.
Agree. से देखते हैं दूसरी कंपनीज ऑपरेट करती हैं, वो सारी है ना, एक जैसे रिलायंस है, साबिक है, कतर पेट्रोकेमिकल है, ये सब अलग अलग एंटिटीज नहीं होती, एक ही एंटिटी होती है जो प्रोड्यूस कर रही होती है वेरियस ग्रेड्स ऑफ पॉलीमर्स. सो यू विल हायर सेपरेट मार्केटिंग एंड सेल्स पर्सन, you will have separate accounting and finance for maybe a same area which is polymers. Obviously, I understand the technology is different, but if you have branched out with Engro Polymer, the Engro as one petrochemical area, shouldn't it come under their expertise or joint expertise?
So this is a question both of us come under AgroCorp. So when you talk about all of Reliance and Tata and everything, that is where we will all merge in terms of shared expertise and support services. And so time will tell how we manage that as a corporation. But for the moment, the project is an independent project. It's being run by AgroCorp, and it is a different technology. So they have a committed project team which works only on that project. It's $1 billion project, $1 billion project. It's a huge project. Inshallah, we're looking to complete it at the corp level well. So the project management is alag se done. I think I saw some hands raised. Okay. Farzan?
Ji Farzan, please go with your question.
Ji, Islam.
Ji.
I have a couple of questions. The first question is that what is the duty structure on EDC?
0.
From where you are guys importing ethylene? Is that from Far East or Middle East?
Both. There is no one location, Middle East, Far East.
And what's the pricing difference?
That I can't share with you, but
I heard that $200 is expensive from Middle East. So
there is a difference, but not so significant.
Okay, and freight charges are high globally. Is that impacting?
Freight charges are high
globally, so impacting you.
When you say freight charges, you mean so PVC prices? PVC prices have gone up. So as you can see, we have increased our prices, and the core delta has increased.
Okay, thank you.
Ji Farzan.
Hi, Rabia.
Priya.
I have two questions. First is related to the oil price. How do you see the recent decrease in the oil prices, and how do you associate with the prices in the ethylene? Like, what's your near-term outlook, or especially for the third quarter for the ethylene prices and consensus with the recent decline in the situation in China? And my second question is with the IFC's latest investment in EPCL of USD $15 million. So how are you going to utilize this investment? Because I read that it is related to the hydrogen project. So any guidance would be appreciated. Thank you.
So first I'll talk about ethylene. So yes, ethylene will be impacted by the oil prices and by the OPEC decisions on global supply demand. Ethylene has around 65 to 70% correlation. So, to crude oil, so it will move with crude prices. Your second question was, Priya, can you remind me again?
It was related to the IFC's investment in EPCL of how are you going to utilize this? I mean, I read that it is about the hydrogen peroxide project or...
It is primarily for the peroxide project.
Okay. So how much is the total cost of that project after this debt?
मैंने अभी बताया था 30 से 35 million तक की cost.
Okay, so that combines 15 million.
Pardon me?
So that combines.
So we had gotten. Come again?
So the total $30 million that you mentioned, does that combine the recent $15 million?
Ji, $15 million is from here. We've gotten some turf financing, other financing. So yeah, and we have earlier gotten financing from IFC also.
And another question, don't you think after your market share in the hydrogen peroxide in CY22 and with the DOL and SPL's capacity in the market, do you feel that there will be a supply oversurge in the market? And how do you see that situation in the next 2 or 3 years for this plant? Because since you have planned to move ahead with this plant, so of course you must be thinking that there's a demand, but right now that the number that we are getting 17 to 18k tons, it seems that the market is overloaded with supply right now.
Are you talking about PVC here?
No, hydrogen peroxide.
No, so hydrogen peroxide in the long run we see around an 80 KT market. So yes, we do think there's enough space for everyone to grow in it.
If you ever plan to export it, what would be your major market for this?
If we do plan to export it, this will probably go towards the South Asian markets.
Okay, that's all. Thank you.
My name is Vasavan from Almizan Investments. So I just have two questions. First one is, were there any one-offs during the quarter, like which could have possibly impacted the company's gross margins, considering the company's gross margin quarter-on-quarter decline despite record-breaking highest core delta? And the other question is, does the company demand going forward, considering the amnesty scheme has expired? Thank you.
So in terms of how we see our PAT volume increases have played a big role, around 2.5 billion of the increase versus last year, half year, in terms of volume increases. Price has another 2 billion. So I wouldn't really consider these one-offs. IFRS 16 much at each other also. उसका है थोड़ा impact. Otherwise, आपका दूसरा सवाल क्या था वासिफ?
Are you expecting a dent in demand for PVC considering amnesty scheme has expired now?
No. Because we do expect that the government will continue to focus strongly on the construction market and housing, and cement and PVC we expect will both see a boom in that.
Just a follow-up question on this. You mentioned that cement sales के साथ PVC has a strong correlation. So, is there a time lag between cement sales and PVC sales? के देर बाद cement sales?
नहीं वासे basically over a long-term horizon अगर आप देखो ना तो cement and PVC have a strong high correlation. लेकिन obviously they're not exactly aligned. The thing to note is कि कहते हैं for the last 3 years the correlation is much lower, and that's because last 3 years में अगर आप देखें तो cement ने थोड़ा the CPEC projects we've had not housing with cement की investment but more on the infrastructure. So the correlation is a little weaker, but if you go back to 5 years and 10 years, there's a very strong correlation, 99%, 95% on the 10-year horizon between cement and PVC.
Okay, thank you very much.
Energy, I think most questions have been answered.
Ms. Rabia, I just wanted to clarify one thing. You mentioned that the duty on PVC is 0%. Is it 0% on PVC or on the raw material?
No.
EDC.
I did not mention on EDC, not on PVC. She was asking about EDC. So I think we are done with the questions. Sajid, all questions on the side have been answered?
Yeah, most of them we have. Quite a few remaining. हम कर देते हैं.
ठीक है जी. So if there are any newer questions, we've actually answered. I think questions अब थोड़े repeat हो रहे हैं. So any other questions other than what have been asked? अच्छा, by the way, जिसने भी सवाल पूछा था ना on the PDF project, I also wanted to let you know that that is best asked at the ECOP board analyst briefing, inshallah, because you know, I'm sure you'll get a strong update on the PDH project at the ECOP board analyst briefing. ठीक है जी.
हेलो
जी
हेलो
फरसान साहब. जी फरसान
जी
साहब.
जी सलाम. You mentioned one thing that you are
मैं
not
जरा अपनी वीडियो बंद कर रही हूँ क्योंकि ये पीछे से सूरज आ रहा है.
okay. You mentioned one thing that you are not passing on the international price increase impact to the customers directly. Then the question is selling the products on IPP, that import price or not. If we are not selling the IPP, import parity price, then there is a question that inventory losses may arise in future. What is the inventory turnaround time so that we can project inventory losses?
So I said that we are not matching international prices, लेकिन we are competitive. So there's a difference, Farzan. So we do no inventory losses that we expect. We're not selling at lower prices, but you know, we are competitive in terms of pricing versus import markets. That's I think our benchmark is South Asia. Think kya it is. Challenge. Yeah, I think we're done here.
No more questions.
Thank you very much, everyone, and I think Sajid, will you answer the rest of these questions on the chat window?
Yeah, I'll do that.
चलिए जी, thank you. जो chat window पे सवाल रह गए वो Sajid will be answering. Thank you all for attending, and inshallah I look forward to seeing you in the next